I'll go first.
That's how we're leading into this thing?
We might actually, jump on each other if we both have the same song, the same album.
We don't. That should be our. This should be our
You don't
lead-in.
have Thriller?
This should be our lead-in, like on like some podcast where they're just talking like, "Oh yeah, I guess we are rolling. How's it going?"
Yeah, but I gave away one of mine, so I'll just have to bleep that out.
All right, yeah, bleep it out. Whoa, I can't
out.
believe you said bleep.
Bleep. I won't say it again. I am going to say a cuss word, kind of, during this song, an offensive word.
Oof.
Yes, maybe more than one, but one on purpose.
We are getting risque in this podcast.
Yeah, so get closer to your mic.
Yes.
Okay, so actually I'm going to stop and test real quick.
Yes.
Just make sure it's working.
Let's make some lists, starting at the top and going to the bottom, baby, the top and bottom list. With Lance and Andy, let's make some lists, starting at the top and going to the bottom, baby, the top and bottom list.
Hey, welcome to the Top and Bottom List with Lance and Andy. I'm Lance.
Hey, I'm Andy over here.
Yeah, and that song you heard right after our intro song, of course, was The 80s by The Killing Joke, which I actually didn't know that song until a few years ago.
What?
Yes, you know it. You're a big Killing Joke?
I'm a huge fan of that band, yes. I follow them around.
You know all their jokes.
When they tour, yes.
Yeah, they kill.
I have their box set.
Yeah, but this week, you want to tell them what our topic is?
Yes, finally my wheelhouse. Right,
both of our wheelhouses.
You and I are 80s people. We love being in the 80s and that kind of stuff. And so we're doing the top albums of the 80s. And, of course, the bottom ones or the overrated ones. And it was hard for us. I know it was hard for me to choose the
it was very hard for me. Some of my favorite bands ever, like my top 5 bands, only one of my top 5 bands is in this list. And just a little background on us, because I was thinking about this earlier today, that you and I were raised around different types of music. You talked a little bit about that with the 70s music, but even with the 80s, except for one thing, the one constant with both of us was Prince.
Yes.
But other than Prince, I was more into the alternative, music from the 80s. You were more into the metal.
And I can't even say the names of the bands because you may see them in this list, but
yeah,
that kind of stuff. I was into pop stuff too.
I can say some of mine because mine aren't even on there.
Yeah, I was into Rick Springfield, Dead Milkmen, poppy music.
I was into some of that too, but I was like The Cure and New Order and Tears for Fears and all this. None of them made my list.
All right. Well, yes. I'm curious to see what it is then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, any more small talk or anything? Well, once again, we didn't do any soundtracks because we did soundtracks once. Did you do soundtrack?
We didn't. Let me look.
Yeah, I didn't do a soundtrack.
Yeah, it's soundtrack of my life.
Yeah. So, so we doing no greatest hits again.
No greatest hits.
No live albums, right?
Nope.
No live albums because I would have picked U2 live under Blood Red Sky.
Well, live was from the '90s, so their best stuff in the '90s.
Throwing copper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
Metal jewelry.
That'll be our next musical show.
All right.
But anyway, well, let's just jump right into it because I think we'll spend a lot of time with the albums.
Yeah, we'll do small talk as we go through the list.
Okay, so let's take it from the top.
Let's start from the top, from the top, from the top, from the top. Let's start from the top, from the top. Let's start from the top, from the top, from the top, from the top.
All right, we agreed that I would go first this time. And I'll tell you, my 5, it's pretty diverse. I picked some different music genres, but my background in the late 80s and 90s, as a DJ. And so I did weddings and parties and all kinds of things. And so that's why I think it was a big diverse thing, especially wedding DJs. They got to play a lot of different types of music to keep everybody happy. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this album, and I'll see if you can figure out what it is. Okay, this is this guy's second studio album. I always say studio album. I don't know what that means. It was his second album.
Yeah.
It was released in 1990. It was
1990.
Oh, shoot. No, I thought it was released in 1989. Damn, it was on the list, too, for the 80s.
All right. Well, let's go.
Anyway, I'm going to go with it anyway.
MC Hammer.
That's why it's number 5. It's number 3 on the Billboard 200 for that year. It stayed in the top 40 for 126 weeks. It's his best-selling album. I mean, he's had lots of other albums since then.
Yes.
But his second album was the best one. It sold 18 million copies. And they say it's a fusion of soft rock, arena rock, hard rock, and country.
I was going to say Garth Brooks.
That's it.
Yes.
It was number one on Billboard's country.
I don't know. No Fences? I don't know what his second one is. All right.
Yeah, No Fences. I played that a lot when I DJ'd. And just in my mind, that's what I was thinking when I was doing this. But I've seen Garth Brooks in concert 3 times.
Yeah, I saw him once.
Yeah, once. The last time I saw him was actually at his residency in Vegas. Incredible show.
You went to his house in Vegas?
He had a residency, not his residence.
So what songs are on? Because I had like his box set or his greatest hits.
Well, just a little bit more.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, no, because it's such an important album.
That's my question.
It established a lot of that country pop, that stadium country rock. Stadium country where he could fill stadiums now. But yeah, some of the country, some of the songs, Thunder Rolls.
Yep.
Which was a video of the year. Friends in Low Places, which was a single of the year.
Heard of that.
'Cause I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. And I'll be okay.
Unanswered Prayers.
Yes.
And Two of a Kind working on Full House.
All right.
I mean, I know a lot of the other songs on the album, but those are the only ones that I
Those are some
pulled.
heavy hitters,
that I
yes.
pulled. Those are heavy hitters all on one album, but this really, took country to another level. Well, of course, it made it to number 4 on the pop charts and number 1 on the country charts. So Garth Brooks really crossed a lot of audiences and brought a lot of people to country, with this album. And I don't have a lot more. No, I really don't have anything else to say on that one besides that it probably did come out in like the very beginning of 1990, and I've just got confused.
But he wrote a lot of it and recorded it
Yeah.
in the 80s.
I'm not going to give on a technicality.
No.
And y'all go ahead and tear me up in the comments if you want, because I should know better.
But Garth Brooks is definitely a juggernaut. You're right. Like he was huge. Like probably sold just as much as the Beatles and Stones. Not as much, but he's up there.
But just popular. I mean, on the Mount Rushmore of country, or just if you're just picking different genres, Garth Brooks is going to be at the top of country. At least I think so.
It's a solid pick.
Thank you. I appreciate your feedback on that.
Yes.
So that was my number 5. What's your number 5?
I do not have any country on my list. I do have some rap, and I do have some, I don't know what we call it, metal, hard rock.
I have some metal and rap too.
I will say this, on my count, on my top 5 out of 5, 2 are debut albums, which are pretty neat.
Yes.
2 are from artists that I had an album of theirs on my best of the 70s as well. So those are out there.
So I know, I know
probably
it's one
forgot.
of them.
You probably forgot, yeah.
I know one of them.
So fans at home, you can play along with that.
Just saw a movie
So-
about to go, dude.
This album came out in 1987, but a lot of songs really were big in 88. Kind of like when I was like a junior and senior in high school, going through changes. So Rolling Stone ranked this the number 27 best album of the 80s.
Okay.
Kerrang! Webazine from England called it the number 1 most essential hard rock album.
There were webazines in the 80s?
No, this is like 2024,
Okay.
it said. Kerrang! Webazine. 18 times platinum. I'll give you some more hints, okay? The director was Mike Klink.
No idea.
I didn't know till today.
Is he related to Colonel?
Come on, yeah, of course. He produced a lot of Triumph records in the 80s.
Triumph. That was the Jackson's album.
No, Triumph the band.
Oh, the dog.
The Canadian band.
Oh,
So-
yeah. That was the other band besides Rush. I've heard about.
They were.
Yeah, I remember. I can't remember their song, but yeah,
They are a power trio.
Yeah.
Magic Power. Somebody's out there.
Yeah.
But that's not this group. This group is much more well known. I'll give some song names, right? See if you guess it, okay? Night Train.
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Brownstone. Paradise City. Welcome to the Jungle. Sweet Child of Mine.
They just missed my list.
And Rocket Queen, of course, it is Appetite for Destruction, 1987 by Guns N'
GNR.
Roses.
Yes.
So this is the time period when I was like I was a junior, senior in high school. I was kind of getting out of the pop stuff, the Rick Springfield and the Prince, and I was getting into more of the tough music, like
Because that's
Guns
a
N'
Rose.
Roses
That's a tough guy.
and Poison, Well, back then they were like the tough metal band. We look at
Yeah,
Poison
they were.
and Warrant,
Yeah. Yeah, and in their first
Motley Crue.
video, it was just grungy, and they just looked dirty and rock.
Yeah, Welcome to the Jungle was a game changer.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. How do we know the names? We are the people that can find
Yes, I chose that one. By the way, I'll say this too. The best solo album by a Guns N' Roses musician, someone in the band, was Izzy Stradlin. If you don't know, check out Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds.
Yeah.
A really great album.
I never heard of.
Well, think about it. Axl Rose didn't really do anything since then.
No, and Slash is overrated. I think as a guitarist, I think he's good.
Whoa.
But I do think he's overrated.
Like Slash had some solo albums with
Yeah.
groups, and
Yeah.
he was in some bands.
He played in a
but-
bunch of different bands.
Yeah, but Izzy Stradlin, check it out. But yeah, it's a great album. Like I listened to it start to finish. Really good.
No, it's
high school
It's a
music.
big part of my soundtrack in high school. You know that, and a few of them that I'm going to talk about. But no, Guns N' Roses. I had to choose between that and actually my number 4, because I was looking for a rock album.
Well, let's go to your number 4.
Well, my number 4 is also a rock album, and I believe this might be. I tell people this all the time. It's the most underrated rock band of the '80s. Okay,
Give me more if you know more.
A little bit about them is they're from England. And the
Pyromania.
They were featured. No, they were featured in the book 1001 albums you must have before you die, or hear before you die. Rick Rubin produced them, which I did not know.
Slayer?
This is their second album, but no, it's not Slayer. But Rick Rubin produced Slayer
Yeah,
also, because I'm going
that's
to talk about Slayer and Rick Rubin later with another band. Because 2 albums on mine. Rick Rubin's just a genius.
Yes.
He is. He did Blood Sugar Sex Magic by the Chili Peppers. He did Slayer. He did a bunch of. He did another one on my list, so don't mention if you might know what it is.
Yeah.
But no, Rick Rubin. They went to Rick Rubin because just to do one of their songs, because they wanted to sort of cash in. They were sort of a goth metal band with their first album, which was very popular too. But they're a goth metal band, but they wanted to cash in on that hard rock, glam rock, and all that stuff that you were starting to get into, heavy metal of the '80s. And Rick Rubin took one of their songs. And he's like, I want to get away from that booming guitar y'all had on your first album. And they liked it so much, they re-recorded all the other songs, even though they recorded it with Rick Rubin producing it. And this became their biggest album. A little bit more. Rick
Still
Rubin.
don't know yet.
Rick Rubin wanted them to sound more like AC/DC and Led Zeppelin, and it shows in some of their songs. It was a follow-up to their breakthrough album Love, which had Rain on it, and also had, I can't even think right now. Oh, Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The Cult?
The Cult. That was Love was that album. The album I'm talking about is Electric
Okay.
by The Cult.
I did not get into
Just-
Cult much.
Yeah, I loved The Cult. I mean, I liked Rain and Sanctuary. Sanctuary is actually my favorite song by them. But this album, almost end to end, and that's why I chose it over that one. And I even like Sonic Temple, their next album. Ceremony, the one after that's okay. But Sonic Temple is an amazing album. So I think The Cult are one of the most underrated rock bands, maybe in history, but at least in the 80s.
Well, you like cults.
Yes.
Yeah, aren't you? You're in a couple cults, I think.
I'm about to say something I shouldn't have said.
No.
They reached 38 on U.S. Billboard, so it wasn't huge here. I mean, they're a British band, and they did well over there. Some of the breakout tunes for that was Wildflower. Peace Dog, Little Devil, Love Removal Machine. And I actually really like this cover, but when I was reading up on my research, they're saying this is the worst cover of this song ever. Born to Be Wild.
All right.
I love their Born to Be Wild. I just think his voice and the guitars and everything about their songs, it's rocking. And granted, I saw them open for Guns N' Roses a few years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I respect the Cult because he knows he can't hit those notes no more. He didn't even try to go baby, 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 those high notes he hits, where Axl Rose tries to hit those notes and he can't hit them no more. You know, so I mean, just watching those two bands back to back, I was like, yeah, the Cult guy knows where he's at in life, and he's not even trying to hit those notes where Axl, was. So that's funny that I saw both of them together. I also saw the Cult years before with Lenny Kravitz.
All right.
So that's my number 4, the Cult Electric.
I don't know a lot of the Cult. Like I know the Sanctuary
So it was
song.
1987. Yeah.
Like Sanctuary is like the one She Sells Sanctuary.
Yeah,
Is that
She
what it
Sells
is?
Sanctuary or Rain. I love the rain. Here she comes again.
No, sing the whole thing so I could get it.
Rain, yeah.
I wouldn't name some Cult
I know
songs,
my
but I
ones.
you probably say it's not them, it's Depeche Mode. I don't know.
No, they're nothing like Depeche Mode.
I
or
don't
the
know.
Cult.
They're in the same genre in my book.
Yeah, so it's the Cult.
Number 4. All right.
Number 4 for you.
My number 4, you guessed this quickly. This this album was also produced by Rick Rubin.
Oh, that's probably my number 2 then.
All right.
I'll let you go ahead and say it.
It's a rap band.
It came out in 1986.
Yep.
Number 217. I mean, we can both go off on this one. Go ahead and say some stuff, and I'll throw some
All
stuff
right.
in.
Let's see here. This group influenced my high school hip hop band, Cardiac Arrest.
Do you know the first name of this album?
Let me.
They had an original different name for it.
Yeah, I do. I saw that.
Because I was going to say it.
All
That was
right,
the
all
bad
right.
word I was going to say.
You can say it.
They wanted to name the album "Don't Be a Faggot."
Yeah.
But Columbia Records said, no, we're not going to do that. And later, Adam, apologized for that, and but yeah, that was
There's
the original
there's two
one.
Adams in the group.
Yeah. Actually, which Adam was it?
Yeah, there's do you get it at home?
Adam Horowitz.
There's two Adams.
Adam Horowitz. And it's ironic because with the last name Horowitz, it was the first Jewish rap act to ever,
This is
maybe
the
ever.
first Jewish hip hop act to receive 5 mics from the Source magazine.
Yeah, I saw that too.
We both did our same research from Wikipedia, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it was a white rap group from New York.
And they also wanted to
80s.
have a Beatles song on their album. They had the song "I'm Down" by the Beatles recorded, but then Michael Jackson said no, because Michael Jackson owned the
He
Beatles
owned the
music,
Beatles,
and
yep.
we wouldn't let him do it.
So this was 1986 when rap was still in its infancy as far as popular music goes. Run DMC and LL Cool J were still looming large, and this one really hit the mainstream. Maybe partly because they're white and hit suburban America,
And I teach this in my classes too. Even rock and roll with Elvis, all those songs were done previously by African Americans, and a lot of parents, especially Middle America, wouldn't let their kids listen to or buy albums by African Americans. So this kind of brought rap along. This album. Yeah.
And by the way, if you don't know at home yet, it is the Beastie Boys,
Licensed to
Ad
Ill.
Rock, MCA, and Mike D, and their debut album, Licensed to Ill.
Brass monkey, that funky monkey. Brass monkey, chunky, that funky monkey.
Yes, of course, the Beastie Boys, Brass Monkey. Love that song. Love the entire album. But one thing I want to say the other thing I was going to say is, the Beastie Boys helped bring it, just like a lot of rock musicians, help bring along African American rock musicians, and they got record contracts after that. The Beastie Boys did the same thing. They toured with Houdini. They toured with Run DMC. But there's a story with Run DMC where Run DMC was really serious about their music and trying to get messages out there, and they're touring with the Beastie Boys. Well, if you watch Fight for Your Right to Party, that's how they lived. They just drank and drugs and all the time, so they didn't really get along great with Run DMC and what they were trying to do. Beastie Boys were partying the whole time.
They also toured Madonna, and at the time
Yes.
they only had a couple songs.
My brother saw him.
Yeah.
Open for Madonna.
But what happened is Madonna wanted Run DMC, and Rick Rubin managed both Run DMC and the Beastie Boys. He goes, I can't give you Run DMC. But I'll give this other group I have, and they only had a couple songs, but they went on stage, and they were raunchy, and they got booed off the stage.
That's what my brother said, and he didn't know. Actually, he told me it wasn't a rap band; it was a hard rock band, because they came out with the booming guitars, and they were probably rapping along with the
Yeah.
booming guitars.
It's the punk band they started off
Yeah,
with.
he said he saw the Beastie Boys before they were rap, is what he says, and they got pretty much booed off the stage before Madonna. That must have been like '84, World's Fair time, I think.
Yeah, that was probably so. Early time.
Yeah. So I was going to say they're the first rap album to hit the Billboard 200 chart, and the second one to ever be certified platinum.
Yeah, it's some of the things that, about the Beastie Boys, I liked them a lot because it was rap, but it wasn't rap. It was kind of silly. A lot of songs were jokes, but not polished
Juvenile
not
girls.
always pretty, it's kind of loose, and they had some good samples before the days when you had to
Yeah.
give credit or money for sampling. Rick Rubin did a good job producing, back when he was just in his college dorm.
And
doing
he
the
brought in
stuff.
Slayer, as you mentioned earlier. Rick Rubin produced Slayer, and he brought them in for 2 of the songs. Remember which
Yeah.
songs he brought them in for?
I don't know. She's crafty?
Fight for Your Right to Party.
Yeah.
And also, of course, No Sleep to Brooklyn's pretty rocking.
All right.
So he brought them in for those.
Yeah, they do have. They have a Led Zeppelin riff in some of their songs. They have a lot of frat boy kind of songs. Here's some of the songs that are popular now. Of course, their debut was "Fight for Right to Party,"
Yes.
"No Sleep to Brooklyn," "Brass Monkey" kind of became a cult favorite. "Paul Revere" kind of became a song they're known for because it's about kind of the forming of the band. And of course, you and I love the new style.
The new style. And when I DJ'd, of course, I played this a lot. Girls always hit, because Girls starts off so strong, just the ding, ding, ding.
Yep.
But the new style, everybody's rapping along with it. We're not going to do it for you.
No, we could though. If you hire us.
If I just start counting down from 4, we'd probably have to hit it.
Yeah, so they were kind of like me. They were teenagers, kind of class clowns, and just hey, we're on stage, we had a band, let's be silly.
They were more what we wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, that Fight for the Right to Party was all over MTV, and just watching, it's like, damn, you know, I want to skip classes, and my mom say no way, and I want to get caught with my porno mags.
Yeah, and the Beastie Boys definitely matured later on in life, and you know they became more, you know, socially aware with their concerts and what they did, their message, like because their early stuff was definitely raunchy and not really anti-woman, but like it was sexist. And they apologized for it later on in their music, and you know they grew. They were teenagers and they grew into men. You know. So.
Well, their second album, which they really tried to avoid their first album because they broke up with Rick Rubin. I think after that they didn't like working with Rick Rubin, and they came out with Paul's Boutique. But that one they had some sexist songs on there, "Shake Your Rump," and, you know, and "She's Crafty" were the two big songs off of that one. So, but Beastie Boys they lasted a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cool fact about it was what was it in 2012? They hit Billboard's #1 again.
With what? You saying this?
This album. Why do you think it hit?
That's when MCA died?
Yeah, that's when MCA died.
Yes, so. MCA, one of the founding members, died. So yeah, they're not still making music, but they're, you know, still out doing things. Like they made a documentary a couple years ago. They wrote a book, which, you know, interesting stuff.
It's hard to replace that because their rap style was different than anybody else's, going back and forth, all three of them, and that camaraderie, and then the way I can't see two of them doing those songs.
No, and they kind of turned into, I mean, it's an alternative band with like Sabotage. It's not really a rap what they're doing in Sabotage in that kind of time period.
It is, but they did a lot of experimenting with the music in the background and the sampling and all that kind of stuff. Maybe they learned a lot from Rick Rubin. You know, going along forward. But yeah, they put a lot of different sounds with their rap, even from the beginning, though.
So this was your number what? This is my number 4.
This is my number 2.
All right.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I figured that early on when you said there's another Rick Rubin one produced. I'm like, it's got to be the Beastie Boys.
All right, so we're going
you're number 3?
My number 3, and because everybody knows this song, and lots of people said this has to be on your list, and I'm not going to say, it shouldn't be on my list because it is a good one. And actually, he was in my 70s also.
Yep, yeah, I know who it is.
Yeah, he's in my 70s. So don't say it because I want to just put a few things out there. You know the original title of that album?
No.
Starlight.
Yes.
It was the original album. It sold over 100 million copies, which was even better for him because he managed to negotiate a deal before that album came out that nobody had ever gotten before. He was getting $2 for every album sold. So that means this dude made $200 million off of this album.
Whoa.
Just him. Not the producers and everybody else. Everybody else split the rest of it.
Don Henley? Glenn Frey?
Well, I'll tell you this much. This guy had a long career before this with his brothers and, stuff like that. He also, I didn't put this in my notes because I didn't find it, but I'm just going to say it. When he brought the album to the record company, they said, you need like one more hit song on there, a rockin' song. And that's when he went back out and wrote a song really quickly and called up Eddie Van Halen, and he brought in Beat It. So obviously the album is Michael Jackson Thriller. Yeah, so he brought Eddie Van Halen in and did Beat It, and that was like the last song, and he threw it together really quick. It's one of the biggest hits on the album.
Beat it, just beat it.
The album's full of hits.
Yeah, without getting sidetracked, there's so many groups you hear that kind of thing where the producer goes, come back with a hit, and it's already a solid album, and they come back with one of their best hits, like When Doves Cry was one of those examples.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that too.
I don't want to jump ahead, sorry.
No, that's fine. So,
but by the way, this album, it's the top selling album of all time. We could debate that with Eagles' Greatest Hits.
Yeah.
But I think I own it twice, an album vinyl. One got ruined, you got another one.
I have 2 copies right now on vinyl.
Yeah.
Just because I'm someplace and they say, $2 for it. Oh, yeah, I'll take it. But also some other things I wanted to say is that reason why he's not my number 1, because he only wrote 4 songs on this album.
Oh, you holding it against him?
Yeah, because my number 1 guy not only wrote all the songs, but he played all the instruments and sang all the voices, which we'll see who that is later.
My number 1 does the same thing.
Did the same thing. But anyway, the songs he wrote was "Wanna Be Starting Something," "The Girl Is Mine," "Beat It," and "Billie Jean."
That's pretty solid.
Those are all hits.
That's the soundtrack of the 80s.
But he didn't even write the song that was the title track, "Thriller."
No.
Yeah, but Thriller's known for, of course, a Halloween song and that, but the video is really what made Thriller. They put the video out in movie theaters for I think a month so it could qualify for Oscars.
All right.
Yes, and then we also, because the whole world probably saw it at the same time on MTV.
I remember watching it.
came
Then.
out.
You remember watching it when it debuted on MTV?
Yeah, I do remember watching it when it debuted on MTV.
Me too. It was like 18-minute long music video at the time was unheard of.
And he sort of broke the black barrier on MTV. Not that they weren't playing black musicians before then, but he was the first black musician that got in heavy rotation.
Yep.
And it probably wasn't that video for Thriller because that was 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
They showed it
But
every
like
now
Beat
and then.
It, Billie Jean.
Beat
I
It,
remember
Billie
watching
Jean.
those.
Yeah, those were both incredible videos, and he put a lot of work into the videos. He actually got in trouble with Jehovah's Witnesses because he's a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, because the Thriller video, because they were saying satanic things and that. So he got in a lot of trouble. And that's really funny because my number one's also a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, geez. It's probably not the same album.
Yeah,
though.
for those of you who don't know what it's about, go read some literature about it and listen to it. We'll come knock on your door and tell you about it.
You said knock on your
by the
door.
way,
and-
so you already said it was Mike Jackson Thriller.
Yeah,
You
yeah, we already said
already said that,
Thriller.
right?
Yeah.
Which is the number one selling album of the 80s.
Yeah, and because
Number
we
one
don't,
selling-
of all time, because we don't count greatest hits.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a better album than Eagles' greatest hits anyway. But anyway, that's my number 3. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I should be number 1. But no, because I got reasons for my other 2. Well,
Who's
you already
saying that
know
to
my
you?
number 2. My number 2 is Beastie Boys because it meant a lot more to me.
Yeah, well, my number 3, it won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year and Best Rock Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal.
What
whatever
year?
that means.
What year?
1987.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm trying to get more hints here.
Are they a duo or are they a group?
It's a group.
Okay, because I was going to say Hall & Oates if it was a duo.
All right. Hall & Oates almost made the list
Yeah.
with their H2O.
H2O.
album. Yep, H2O, good album. All right, I'm trying to see if I can say it without giving too much away. So they're a group, 87. The album's named after a national park.
Okay.
It's influenced by American and Irish roots music through socially, politically conscious music with the lyrics embellished with spiritual imagery. No, not yet?
No, was he in your 70s? Was this in your 70s also?
No, they were not. The group is named U2, the Joshua
You
Tree.
I almost picked Joshua Tree, but you guys, and I'll tell you why I did not pick Joshua Tree.
And I don't know why you win it, but I'll just say
Well, it starts off one of the strongest albums ever
Yes.
made. The first few songs.
the first 6 songs, there's no skips. Actually,
No.
side 2 is good. So the Joshua Tree, I always liked it growing up. Mainly, I guess you can call it
I went to the
side
concert.
1.
I went to the concert originally, and I went to when they
Yeah.
came back and did it again.
So it if it's an album, it's side 1 or cassette side 1. But if it's a CD, the first 6 songs, all solid. And I always listened to that growing up. But yeah, recently, I don't know, 5 years ago, 8 years ago, they went on tour and did a whole Joshua Tree
Yeah, it was
from
the
the finish.
anniversary.
And I saw it twice, and I fell in love with it all again. To me,
Yeah,
there's
I
really
saw it in
no
Baton Rouge
skips.
when I was probably a freshman in college, I think.
Even side 2,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of skips. I know side 1 is all the hits on
Yeah,
it, but side 2 is some
fall-
really good
but
songs.
it falls off because side 1 is just
Well, let me go
all
through them.
bangers.
I'll go through the first
I love
5
all
tracks.
the songs. I love you too, and I'm embarrassed
I
that
love
you
You
had
Too.
them on yours and not mine.
Yeah. Number 1, first track, Where the Streets Have No Name. Song I grew to love.
Touch the flame where the streets have no name.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for. With or Without You, Bullet the Blue Sky, and my favorite U2 song, which ends side 1, Running to Stand Still.
That's my favorite U2 song also.
Yeah, and
Cry
it's on this
without
album.
weeping, talk without speaking, scream without raising your voice.
Exactly.
I love those lines.
And even side 2, I listen to side 2 probably more now because it's still kind of new to me as opposed to stuff I listened to 100 times in the 80s. But Joshua Tree, I'm kind of a U2 fan,
Yeah.
but I'm not a huge U2 fan. But this album,
See, I am. I mean, I'm a much bigger U2 fan than you, and I didn't
No,
even pick them. I
no.
mean, I like Boy and War and Live Under Blood Red Sky would have made my list.
one of my good friends, Kurt, who's a fan of our show, he never mentioned U2 his whole life. I don't think he knows U2 exists. And the other night he's mentioning that this album has the best 6-song lead off of any album in history. I'm like, where that came from?
I almost agree.
Me
Yeah.
too. I almost agree too.
I mean, I just can't remember every album ever, but as far as I can just off the top of my head, yes.
because the first 3 were all hits. Bullet the Blue Sky, nice groove, good beat. And then Rain Stand Still, like we both love
Yeah.
it, and true U2 fans love that song.
Yeah.
So give me your thoughts on the album.
No, well, the other songs on the B side, because I can't remember the name of it. Blue Sky Mining.
One Tree Hill.
Blue Sky Mining
Yep.
Town. They never played that in concert until they came back and played it when they first did Joshua Tree because it's too hard to play. But they did play it when they did the retour of it so many years later. But and you know, you listen to it, you go, okay, yeah, I can see how it's a little different than other songs. But yeah, everything on it, like I said, yeah, it didn't make mine because the second side falls off so much. So I just excluded it for that reason.
I don't
But
think it flies
it's an
off.
incredible album.
And like, not many artists can play an album in its entirety live and people enjoy it start to finish. You know, like I know like true fans, like some bands you want to hear that, but not for a huge audience to hear this. So I don't think it falls off that much. Listen to it again, side 2.
Oh no, I know it by heart. I mean, I've listened to that album.
Listen to it again.
Thousands of times.
Yes.
So, but it just couldn't make my list because of that reason. I had to kick stuff off.
And I would say prior to this was 87. I didn't know much about U2. I knew Pride, The Name of Love, and I think Sunday
Yeah.
Bloody Sunday from the video on
New
MTV.
Year's Day.
Nope.
New Year's Day was played a lot on MTV.
I remember Sunday Bloody Sunday, the one they were live at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
But that's it. So I got into them with this album, and they fell off after this album. Oh, they had some good stuff. Sorry.
That was your number 3?
Number 3,
Well,
Joshua Tree.
We got to go to your number 2 now because we already did my number 2.
All right. Good. Finally. My number 2, the artist don't guess because had a hit, had a top 5 album on my best of the 70s. And this one probably wouldn't have been in the top 5 prior to this year. Even though the album came out in 1984, I really grown into this artist.
1984, it's Van Halen?
No, I really got a lot more into this artist this past year. In this album, I listened to a podcast about the making of this album. They had a movie came out recently about this person. This album had 7 top 10 hits. Usually an
Yeah.
album has like 7 to 10 songs.
Yeah.
9 to 10 songs. 7 were top 10 hits. Worldwide commercial success. It became the best-selling album of 1985. It came out in 84. Top in the charts in 9 countries. And some of the singles, Dancing in the Dark, Born in the USA, Cover Me, I'm Going Down.
What's the name of the
I'm
album?
on Fire, Glory Days.
What's the name of the album?
It is Born in the USA
'cause you said it. I don't know.
by Bruce Springsteen. And look, I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan. I always was. And I always thought like this wasn't my favorite Bruce album, but it really is. Like you can say it's his commercial album because of Glory Days and Dancing in the Dark.
You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around the place. I check my look in the mirror.
But they are catchy songs for a reason. They
Yeah, they're
sound good.
good.
And even Dancing in the Dark, which most Bruce fans are kind of think is cheesy, it has pretty deep lyrics. It has some well thought out lyrics in the song. Like Born in the USA,
Well,
same
and
thing.
the talent he has is he can be poppy with deep lyrics because especially Born in the USA.
Yeah.
Reagan used that as like an anthem. Yay America. Trump, I think, used it and got slapped down by Springsteen. Said don't use my music, but they don't listen to the damn lyrics. It's a protest song.
Yep.
But all people hear is Born in USA. Yeah, go USA, go America.
Yeah, and there's a lot of debate about the song. I mean, it is maybe not a pro-American song, but it is a pro-American. Like it is pro the human beings in America.
Yeah.
Who like, hey, we're here, this country, we love this country. Country take care of us too. We fight for you, we come back.
Yeah.
Don't turn the side on us.
It's sort of looking back at sort of the '70s music with CCR and and Fortunate Son.
Yes.
Sort of stuff like that we're fighting, for this, But it's a protest song of war, but it's like it's still American.
So this album sold over 30 million copies worldwide. It's Bruce Springsteen's top-selling one, with the best of all time. I forgot what was listed on Rolling Stones. It was in the top 5, or top 10, if not top 5 of Rolling Stones' top albums of the 80s. No Surrender is another good song. I try to tell my friend Kurt, this one also has 6 songs in a row that are hits, but Kurt shot it down. But he's not a Bruce fan. But yes, Born in the USA, great album. And also the movie's pretty good too, about Nebraska that just came out.
Okay, so I'm sure you know what my number 1 is, but I'm going to give some hints before I get to it. One reviewer said that the artist who recorded this album makes Stevie Wonder sound like a struggling ventriloquist, and that this one expresses real emotions. And when I read that, I was like, damn, I never heard that before.
All right, so
Look it
we're
up.
now going to your number one, right?
Yeah, this is my number one.
All right.
Yeah, number
Let
one.
me say this. I know what your number one is.
Yeah.
Your number one would probably be my number three of all time. But we made a list, only one Prince song on your top five.
Oh, you just gave it away.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
But no one knows what Prince one yet, because I got a Prince one too. Go ahead.
Yeah, they don't know which one. This one came out in 1989, and Time Out magazine ranked this album as the greatest album of all time. And
Whoa.
that was in 1989. They said it's the greatest album of all time. It's the 9th studio album by Prince.
Okay.
First solo album by Prince. Did you know that?
No.
That's what I was reading. That his first solo effort
What's
because
for
he
you-
dropped the Revolution
But
before
there was no-
this,
but
and
there's
he
no-
didn't have a band. It was just Prince.
There was no Prince on his first two albums.
It was the Revolution though with the band.
Not,
I don't know.
I'm gonna argue that his first two albums.
Wikipedia is not wrong.
The Revolution didn't come in till Purple Rain.
He was actually working on some other albums. He was working on an album called Dream Factory, another one called Camille, and he was going to combine both of those into a triple album called Crystal Ball. And Warner Brothers said no, we don't want to release a triple album. Went back and forth. He decided to pull tracks from all that stuff he'd been working on, and he put out this album, Sign of the Times.
Yes.
Yes,
Great album.
Obviously, it's my favorite Prince album if I'm putting it there. 'Cause,
That's true.
I mean, none of them in the
90s?
90s. I mean, I like some in the 90s, but they don't touch this one. And actually, Wikipedia is saying in this one he starts taking on inspiration from social issues and spirituality. Obviously, they didn't listen to controversy and some of his other stuff.
Exactly,
Or Purple
yes.
Rain, when with some spirituality, it's freaking church music. Purple Rain. It reached the top 10 in Billboard 200. It had 3 top 10 hits. You know what the 3 top 10 hits were?
All right. Yes. Let me think. So you got the look.
Yep.
Oh, Sign of the Times.
Sign of the Times.
And
My
Never Take-
favorite Prince fast song.
I Can Never Take the Place of Your Man.
I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man.
There we go.
Yes, and that's my favorite Prince fast song.
And I'm surprised they're top 10 because some of them are not like kind of pop music.
No, and
They're great songs.
And in this one, he really reached out and started experimenting with different sounds. So he has like a gospel religious song like The Cross on there, and then Never Take the Place of Your Man is more of a rock and dance song. And then I think he really tries for the first time to do some rap on Housequake.
Yeah.
Which I loved Housequake when it came out.
Me
I mean,
too.
I could just word for word along the beats with him. I loved Housequake. Of course, it was his biggest critical success. This album, and I've read that a bunch of places, and we've listened to a podcast that was strictly about Prince, about this album.
And they weren't
Like,
fans
track
of it
by
though.
track.
Some of them weren't fans of some of the tracks in there.
Yeah, but it is Prince's most critically acclaimed album of all of them, over Purple Rain, over 1999, over whatever one you picked.
We'll find out in 5 minutes.
Okay, Rolling Stone described it as the most expansive R&B record of the 80s. What else? Sign of the Times, the song. Of course, that was a controversial song because he was talking about gang violence and AIDS and crack cocaine epidemic and so
The space shuttle crashing.
yeah. So it really was all over the place, and Prince really showed everything he could do. And once again, he pretty much did all the voices and did all the instruments throughout the whole thing. He tours with a band, but he pretty much did it all himself. Even with the Revolution, he pretty much did the albums all himself. He just toured with the Revolution. So some of my favorite songs on there, of course, Sign of the Times, Housequake.
Shut up already. Damn. Tell me who in this house know about the quake. I mean, really? If you know how to rock, say yeah. Yeah. If you know how to party, say oh yeah. Oh yeah. But if you ain't hip to the rare housequake, shut up already. Damn. Housequake. Everybody.
My top 5 Prince songs. I love Starfish and Coffee.
All right, yep.
Starfish and Coffee is an incredible song. Hot Thing's a good song. Slow Love, You Got the Look. And one of your favorite Prince songs, which was on a B-side.
If I Was Your Girlfriend?
If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Yes.
Yes, it was on there. Strange Relationship.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so and
The Cross is a good song.
The
Adore.
Cross, Adore is a good song. That was a slight hit. It was pretty popular. So yeah, just for a complete album, this album. When you were talking last time about you take the Pink Floyd, The Wall, or
Yes.
whatever. This Deserted Island.
This is my number two. My number two of that
Yeah,
island.
and the biggest reason is my two favorite Prince albums. I don't want to say the other one is because you might have chose that one.
Yeah, don't say it.
But it's double albums because I want as much Prince as I can on that deserted island.
Yep.
So that's my number one, Prince, Sign of the Times.
And I would say, like, for a while there, this was my favorite Prince album of all time, my favorite album of all time.
And this wasn't my Prince album up until a few years ago. I changed it. I changed it from the
and
other
mine
one.
changed. And I'm not knocking yours because it's still one of my top 10 albums of all time. I think the reason I got away from it is because it's not an easy flow. Like, they have great songs on it,
All the different styles.
but it goes
yeah,
from one
yeah.
style to the next,
Yeah.
and like it's not something I would listen to in its row because you crank it up and you slow it down,
That's
or
what
you're
critics,
sad, or this and
critics
that.
say about it too. Is that listening to it, it's like this type of music, then this type of music. It's sort of schizophrenic.
Yeah, and there's probably 3 songs in the album that I will skip over almost every time.
It's gonna be a beautiful night. I like Strange Relationship.
No, that one I keep.
Slow Love.
Sometimes the
It-
last one. Wait,
It-
what's the one? It's gonna be a beautiful night. Said I already. Playing the Sunshine. I skip over sometimes.
Oh, I like that one.
All right.
Yeah.
Some of those. But yeah, great album. I can't argue with that. And so Rolling Stone magazine, they love Prince too. This was on his list somewhere. I think they had like 3 Prince albums in the top 20.
Yeah.
And well, maybe more than that. But like, one was Purple Rain. One was Dirty Mind. I was surprised they did that. And my number one album, which was Prince's 5th studio album, and his first top 10 hit. Let's see.
This used to be my favorite album by Prince. It would have been my number one if I didn't switch over.
There's not much I can say here. See.
You can say that they talk about the apocalypse on
Yeah.
there. He
This-
talks about the Trojan horses.
Let me tell you what some critics
used
says.
ones.
It kicks open the door open the future, wearing a purple grin. The whole album crackles like a neon storm. It is 1999. And I picked 1999 because I think it does flow. It all has that kind of
Yeah.
background Prince, Minneapolis sound to it, that funk to it, a little drive to it. So it's kind of poppy with Little Red Corvette, 1999, Delirious.
I get delirious whenever you're near. Lose all self-control, baby, just get still. Wheels get locked in place. The stupid look on my face. It comes to making a pass, pretty mama. I just can't win a race, 'cause I get delirious.
But still was that continuous funk with some songs 8 minutes long going to it. Like, I'll play this in its entirety and
Oh,
not
I'd play
get
this
tired of it.
entirely too. I mean, maybe Critics Love You in New York. Maybe I'll skip that one.
That's what I had there too. I had the one skipper for me is All Critics Love You in New York.
Yeah.
Because like I said, so once again, we can go with albums or cassettes or CDs, whatever. But these are the first songs. 1999, Little Red Corvette, Delirious, and then you had, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Then you had-
Automatic.
Yes,
DMSR.
Automatic,
See,
DSR.
on some of the copies.
Yeah.
Because DMSR wasn't on there originally.
Let's Pretend We're Married, which was also
Yeah.
a single.
And another one,
Free.
Free is my other Prince favorite song because I love Prince so much. I pick a slow song and a fast song, and Free is my favorite song by Prince also.
And so this one you'd agree, like the first side one, whatever, has
Yeah.
its hits,
Yeah.
but side two, whatever you would call it,
Yeah, no.
has like like I said,
International Lover.
International Lover, Free, Automatic,
Yeah.
3 bangers, Lady Cab Driver. Some of the stuff really good. So Prince 1999, also a double album, depending on, it's a double album.
That was my Deserted Island album until I switched over to Sign of the Times. At some point, I don't know why, I just decided I like Sign of the Times better.
Yeah, and I can't argue with that either. So Rolling Stone ranked this 16th on their best albums of the 80s. VH1 had it number 48 best 100 greatest albums of all time. And it's, like I said, it's the height of Prince and his funk rock, sync tech, Minneapolis sound. You get a groove going with great songs in it. And look, we both got to say the caveat with our list. Like Purple Rain is a great album.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier today because we both knew we didn't choose that as number one. Like that one really has no skippers. Maybe not in the
No.
mood for certain songs at a certain
Yeah.
time, but that's a great album. I mean, look at
Maybe
side
Take
two.
Me With You because it's not just Prince.
Yeah, but even that song charted. I don't
Yeah,
know what it
yeah.
made. Well, look at side two. When Doves Cry, I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star, and then Purple Rain.
Yeah.
That's a tough side to top.
Yeah. If they would put those at the beginning with, Let's
Go
Go Crazy,
Crazy.
it could have beat out you too.
I know. So anyway, that's any of those could die. But
I wanted to mention some honorable mentions
Yeah,
of mine.
let's both do that.
Yeah, because, I mean, I love so much music from the 80s. It was really hard. And Joshua Tree is on my honorable mention list. Yeah,
Yes.
and I told you why it didn't make it. REM's Document. it's not even my favorite REM album, not even from the 80s, but I chose Document because that was their last independent album, and it really put them on the map. They had some slight hits on previous albums. Murmur's a great album, Dead Letter Office, Fables. They're all great albums. But Document gave us the one I love, and also gave us End of the World as We Know It, and a bunch of other great songs. Then right after that, they put out Green, which was going to make my list as one of the worst.
Oh, didn't it make your list?
No, it's one of the overrated because that was their first major label album, and the first song on the album was Pop Song 89.
Yeah.
So they were trying to be poppy, and it lies between that and their next album was their biggest album ever, was Out of Time with Losing My Religion. So, but Document, I think, was the one that really put REM on the map. And people noticed, and of course they noticed to go on. Another one of mine, Public Enemy's "Nation of Millions" to Hold Us Back.
All right.
I love that album. I love a lot of Public Enemy albums, but that was the one that really got me into Public Enemy.
That been a good one.
Appetite for Destruction's on mine.
Yes.
And finally, another, I say underrated band, but they were really popular. In Excess Kick.
Oh yes.
Yes, I saw them on concert for that tour also, and they also had a song on Lost Boys soundtrack with Jimmy Barnes, "Good Times." At the same exact time. So they were hitting on a lot of cylinders when that album came out. So, those are my honorable mentions. What did you have?
Some of mine, top of my head, not top of my head, but I actually did research on this. Like REO Speedwagon.
Yeah, I was
High
surprised you put
Fidelity.
REO Speedwagon.
High Fidelity.
We saw them in concert together.
First Side, very good. Dead Milkman, Because in My Backyard, really good.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper. I really like Cyndi Lauper more than Madonna. She's so unusual. A lot of good songs beyond the big hits there. George Michael Faith was a good one.
Yep.
And also, I really like Billy Idol.
Oh, Wham! Make It Big.
Yeah. I wasn't big into that, but I was big into Billy
Rebel
Idol
Yell.
in the 80s. Rebel Yell.
Yeah.
I like that album a lot, but my top 5, I'm sticking by it. A lot of good ones we didn't leave the list.
Yeah, we could have did the top 50 easily.
Let's do it next week.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you want to go to the bottom or you want to do...
Yeah, okay, let's go to the bottom.
These are the worst. These are the worst.
So we're back. We didn't decide who's going first here. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
I will say that mine, I love all these albums.
All right.
I have reasons, though.
Nah. All right, I don't. And look, like we talked about earlier, like we could have found, there's worse albums in the 80s than we chose. There's one-hit wonders, no-hit wonders, really terrible albums. I kind of tried to find artists that were really good.
Shit, Don Johnson had an album.
Yeah.
And that was my second curse
Exactly.
word.
Oh, no. I try to find groups that are great groups, iconic groups, but really had a fall off. So this one be controversial with your brothers maybe, but I chose Prince, the Black Album. And the reason, let me get into first, right?
I mean, I'm just saying, is that really an album that was put out?
Let me just say, so yeah, did you have it in the 80s, this album?
No, and that led to Love Sexy, which would probably be my
Yes.
worst Prince album of the 80s.
Did you have this album? Because you and I are both Prince fans in the 80s. I remember getting this album. So by the way, the Prince Black Album was not released
Rocky had it.
in the 80s.
But Tommy may have had it.
It was
I had
released into the 90s, but we got it on bootleg in
Yeah.
87. We got a copy of it. And look,
When Tour in Love, is that the best album on there? Song on there?
yeah, exactly. So I'm saying, like, a lot of people at the time, like, wow, this is Prince album I got off the black market. And this is before the internet. But there's not really any song that true Prince fans like.
No.
Like you mentioned To Our Love. That's the
Yeah.
only song you probably know off that album.
That I
And
can
it's
remember.
It's not even a
Yeah.
great album.
Yeah.
I mean, a great song.
No.
The rest of the album, every now and then I play it. Maybe I
Love
missed
Sexy,
something.
it's not even one of my favorite songs off that album. When Tour in
Exactly.
Love.
So people, like, by the way, this album, the Black Album, like Prince created this album that he never released it. Right before it was supposed to be released, he thought it was evil. He said, I'm not going to release this. So that's when he changed it. He added When Two Are in Love.
Is that when it became a Jehovah's Witness?
And turned it into Love. He made Love Sexy instead, which is a popular, not popular, but like
I saw that tour
a
too.
feel-good
Yeah,
album.
Alphabet
and
Streets
like
off that one.
Yeah. So like I was saying, this album has nothing really memorable on it. Like true Prince fans, they don't play Love Sexy. I mean, not Love Sexy. They don't play that either. They don't play the Black Album, in any tracks off it.
No, I don't think I've listened to Love Sexy all the way through, even
Exactly.
though it's just one track.
But anyway, so I choose the Black Album as not really the worst, but really overrated for like Prince fans out there.
Okay, my number 3 is one of the greatest artists of all time.
Whoa.
And and I compare him to Madonna, but he's a lot better than Madonna in that he's changed his sound and his look so many times. But I feel like this album, he was reaching for he wasn't innovating, he was following. He was trying to be the pop of the 80s when he was already just that star of the 70s that really was vanguard and out there and really breaking ground. And this would be David Bowie's 1983 album, Let's Dance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I like Let's Dance.
Hey, and I'm not telling you, I think these are great albums. But when you start listening to Modern Love, China Girl, Let's Dance,
Yes.
it's like it's like he's trying to be what the rest of the 80s are. He wasn't innovating with those songs. He just fit right in with all the pop of the 80s. And that kind of disappointed me about David Bowie, that he wasn't innovating. Even after this, he went back to innovating. But I think this album was it's a great album, but I just think that it's overrated because David Bowie's I don't think he was the genius that he was before and after with this album.
See, in this one, he had Niles Rodgers from Chic help him produce it, and that's why you got more of that little funk. Like, and Let's Dance is a funky tune,
and I'm
man.
sure he brought in Niles Rodgers so he could fit in more with what was going on commercially at the time.
And I know David Bowie too, like, kind of turned his back on this album, and he went to more alternative. But it's
so
a good
even
album.
he thought it was overrated.
It's good. It sounds good.
But
it's
I
great.
will
Songs
give
good.
one of the tracks is from a movie set in New Orleans though.
What's that?
Cat People.
Okay.
Yeah, he wrote that song for the movie Cat People, and it's on that album. But that's a movie set in New Orleans. If you want to see what Audubon Zoo looked like before it got nice, go watch that movie Cat People.
And I did not have the album, but I knew some of the songs were there.
I have the album.
And they're good songs.
I got the album now on vinyl.
Yes.
Okay, but they're just going to get, my next one's going to be more controversial.
I'll tell you right now, like when I hear Let's Dance come on the radio, it's one of those songs that when it comes on, I turn it up. It has such a good, funky beat to it. And you and I both heard Niles Rodgers play that song live in concert when he opened for Duran Duran.
Yeah. And Niles Rodgers did stuff with Duran Duran too.
Yeah.
So because he knew the 80s and 70s funk sound, so David Bowie was using Niles Rodgers, not using his own creativity.
And by the way, I did like use ChatGPT and like Google for like the worst albums of the 80s, kind of get some idea. And they did have a David Bowie one in there. It wasn't that one. It was like one we didn't really hear of, but no hits on it. So I thought you were going with that one, but
no, I didn't even look up worst albums. I just knew which ones I had about 10 that I had to choose from.
I did look them up, okay? And my second worst one is from a popular 70s band that I actually got into them more in the 80s than the 70s. I missed the 70s period. My friends loved them in the 70s. So I was in their cheesy no makeup period in, in the 80s. But this one was not good.
This was one of my overrated ones in the 70s. My number one overrated.
Well, this is music from The Elder from the band Kiss. It was described as, it's like if AC/DC suddenly tried to make a Lord of the Rings soundtrack. It's a slow, symphonic, fantasy-themed concept album about a young hero's quest against evil. So fans did not like it. They expected like kind of more rock, the stadium rock they had before.
Yeah.
And you had flutes and choirs and spoken word interludes. And like, I guess I'm kind of cheating here too. I never listened to this album before. I Googled it. It sounds terrible. There was no songs on the track listing that I knew. Like I know some Kiss songs. I kind of like Kiss a little bit.
I don't even really like Kiss, but I know a lot of their songs.
Yeah. So this one was kind of a sword and sorcery meets platform boots. And I'm sure my friends who like Kiss would also agree that they probably didn't own music from The Elder from 1981.
Yeah. So you ready for my number two?
Let's do it.
Okay, my little brother called me the other day and we were talking about this list, and I don't usually tell him what I'm going to choose on the list, but he actually put it online too. Michael, this one's for you. My second most overrated album is Paul Simon's Graceland.
Oh my. This is like Rolling Stone's top 5.
I know, and I love Paul Simon, and I love this album, but the way I feel about it, actually, I don't love the album. I love 2 songs, maybe 3 on it. Can you name more than 3 songs on this album?
I can name probably 3.
Yes, that's all anybody can name. So that does not make an album.
Yes.
And I appreciate Paul Simon was experimenting with the African music and bringing all that all in and infusing it with pop. And I think that's why it got all the acclaim, because all those things he was doing. But it didn't have the hits. It didn't have... It was just overhyped so much that everybody just believed, oh, wow. I put it the same thing when I look at Elvis Costello and some David Byrne stuff.
Yep.
That I think, I like Elvis Costello, like David Byrne, but a lot of the stuff when I'm listening to it, I'm like, it's not great. They're geniuses. I get that, but I'm not buying into the total thing. They have some great songs.
Yeah, like Talking Heads have a Rolling Stone like number 3 or top 5. Remain the Light is one of their top albums. And I downloaded it.
And that's not even my favorite one. Stop Making Sense is my favorite one.
Yeah, and there's not much on there that I like.
Yeah, so the 3 songs that most everybody knows would be Graceland, of course, You Can Call Me Al, and then Diamonds on the Soles of Their Shoes.
That's the one I was thinking of, yep.
Yeah, and because I'm looking through this, and I'm going to read out the other ones. The Boy in the Bubble, I did know, but I didn't remember.
Yeah,
I know it.
I heard it.
I Know What I Know.
Nope.
Gumboots. Under African Skies. Homeless. Crazy Love, Volume 2. That Was Your Mother, and All Around the World, or The Myth of Fingerprints with Los Lobos. Oh, I didn't even know Rockin' Doopsie was on this song.
I was going to say, I don't want to put you on the spot,
Oh,
but
I feel bad because I'm like personal friends with Rockin' Doopsie.
I was going to say, I don't put you on the spot, but didn't a lot of New Orleans people take part in this album?
Yes, they did, and I didn't even realize Rockin' until I just looked back at my list. I was like, because I hope Doopsie don't listen to this. Sorry, Doopsie. Love
I was
you,
going
man.
to say, I thought, of course, it's heavily influenced by music from Africa. I think he went to Africa, but like a lot of, rhythm and blues from the New Orleans area
Yeah.
too.
I'm gonna post a picture of me and Doopsie right
were
here.
involved in it. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I had the album on CD, and I remember it is one that kind of flows a little bit, and it does sound good for background music. When you got a party together, there's nothing stand out, but. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can call me Al. Yeah, I know that whole song, and and I loved the video with Chevy Chase. Yeah, that was huge.
And that one doesn't fit in with the rest of the.
No, I don't know the African beat unless that whistle. I don't know where that whistle's from.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
So he needed a banger. That's why he shoved that one
There
on
you
there.
go.
And he
Threw
brought
it on
Chevy
there.
Chase in to get some more eyes on it.
Yep.
So anyway, that was my number 2. What you got?
My most overrated one, I got this thanks to Google or AI because I never had the album. But I think I did look for this band because I knew this band had garbage in the 80s. Like, they were one of the biggest bands of the 60s,
Okay.
one of the biggest bands of the 70s. And then the 80s, because the 80s was known for like synthesizers, and kind of pop music, not like post-disco stuff. And they tried to do that. And look at the album cover. You could tell it's going to be a bad album. And it's Rolling Stones' Dirty Work, their 11th album. It's like the mid-'80s. They were not kind to many of these bands. They're trying to be modern.
Was Harlem Shuffle on that one?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So their two quote-unquote hits on this album was Harlem Shuffle, which was a cover and not a great song by them.
No, not a great song originally.
No, and their other one that was original was One Hit to the Body.
Yeah, I can't even picture them. The only reason I know Harlem Shuffle because back when I did dance, DJ'd a bunch of things, it was a line dance song.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no, if you look at the set listing of this thing, there's no like classic Stone songs in here that people are going to request for, like, oh, play One Hit to the Body, because they got a great, huge catalog.
Yeah.
But I'll say about there, look at the album cover, Dirty Work, Rolling Stones. It's like they look like the Backstreet Boys. They're wearing like bright pastels.
I see it in my head. Yeah.
It's like a neon portrait of the band in suits.
It's kind of like what Bowie was doing. They were trying to fit in. But Bowie did
Exactly.
a lot better job of it.
Yeah, and this was also made at a time when, like, the Stones, they're barely functioning as a band. Like, they always had controversy back and forth between Mick and Keith, and so this was the highlight of that time, where Mick wanted to do his own thing. He had his own solo albums around his time.
Yeah.
And Keith wanted to keep the band together.
Dancing in the Streets.
Yeah, exactly. With your boy David Bowie.
Yep, with David Bowie.
So Rolling Stones, Dirty Work. Like I said, I'm sure most Stones fans do not put this in their top 10 albums of Stones.
No. Okay, ready for my worst.
That's mine.
Overrated. And I will tell you, when I DJ'd, I played 1, 2, 3,
Oh, boy.
4. Oh, I missed some. Four songs
Is it Michael Jackson again?
off of this album. And I'm going to tell you, it's my number 1 most overrated album. I saw a movie about these guys, and it kind of made me feel bad for them because I didn't know the whole story. This is Girl, You Know It's True, 1989 by Billy Vanilli.
I got to put that in my top.
Yeah, and we all know the controversy that they didn't really sing it, and and watching that movie, they wanted to be singers. They wanted to be singers and dancers. They couldn't really sing that well though. One of them's dead now. Fab, I think, is dead now. Rob is still alive, I think.
There's Rob and Fab, the guys.
Yeah, Rob and Fab. But Girl, You Know It's True. No,
Yes.
they won Best Album of the Year.
Yes.
They were number 1 album.
That album was everywhere. It was huge.
I played Baby, Girl, You Know It's True, Baby, Don't Forget My Number, Blame It on the Rain.
Yep.
Girl,
I'm Gonna Miss You?
All or Nothing, Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You. It's
So why is it a
I
bad
have all these
album
I have
then?
all these on singles
So what's wrong with it?
because they didn't sing it.
Yeah, someone did.
Yeah, I know. And if they ever really just put it back out, they should have just re-released it with this dude's name on there. So that's my number 1.
But I wonder, like, so at the time, and I think it is now too, like, at what point are you, like, lying to the fans? Like, I get when you go do interviews or do live concerts, but let's say you're a band and you want to have actors play you in music videos. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Tom Petty had Johnny Depp play him in music videos.
And nobody was thinking, oh, that's Tom Petty.
Yeah, but I'm
But-
saying,
but- but, I
before
mean,
that, if you just get a band to play, I mean, every artist does that, as actors go there for music videos. But I think they crossed the line when they started doing interviews as Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, well, and with every thing, nobody minds lip syncing now.
Yeah.
So many artists lip sync on stage now or on television, Super Bowl halftimes. They all lip sync. Or when they started using that voice enhancement type of stuff, auto-tune stuff. Cher was one of the first ones to use that. Why does Cher need it? She can sing with Believe, and she kept saying no. I didn't use it, but then eventually she had to admit,
she has to.
You could tell. But now we accept it. Look at T.I. T.I. is nothing but auto-tune.
Whoa.
And he's not like he says, I don't auto-tune.
T.I.'s one of our fans, a super fan.
He just played here in Thibodeau less than a month ago.
He sounded great. I wasn't there, but
I wasn't there
that.
either. So, but you said T.I.'s a super fan? You know who else are super fans?
No.
Let's find out.
The best and worst picks from our super fans. The best and worst picks from our super fans.
Okay, let's hear from our super fans. I'll start. The first super fan that commented on our page was Andy Simoncelli.
That's me.
Yeah, I know. But you did throw some stuff in there, The Time, Vanity 6, Sheila E., and every single Prince album on there. So I'll jump ahead to my brother Jeffrey, and he said Thriller. He said that has to be the top one, Thriller, because of how big it was.
All right, no, that's right. But back to me. Back to me.
Yeah, back to you.
Because The Time we didn't mention The Time.
No.
The Time, which Prince did write and produce, Morrissey in The Time,
Yeah.
they did have good albums in the 80s. We could have
Yeah.
probably put those on our list.
Yeah, and Ice Cream Castles was, they had the albums, but it was their breakout because that was the second soundtrack for Purple Rain.
Yes.
Oh, did I tell you about the Apollonia 6 album recently?
Did you?
Yeah, I found it when I was in Chicago. It was
All
like
right.
$2.
That's a good grab.
I don't even know what else is on there besides
Sex Shooter?
Yeah, besides Sex Shooter. So we got to listen to it one day.
Yes, but Sheila E., all those guys were good.
Yeah, The Family. Yeah, The Family, who originally did what song?
Nothing compares to you.
Nothing Compares to You. Then Sinead O'Connor did it, then Prince did it himself. Sure, Prince did it first, but he didn't put it out.
Nope.
Okay, so I had that. Let me go to Dave Martin, and I'll let you take one. Dave Martin, he said there's so many of them, but he put in No Jacket Required by Phil Collins, which, that was Phil Collins.
That is.
So
Phil
that's
Collins had
huge.
tons of, he had a top 5 song, I think, in the whole decade almost.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just have a thing in my brain where it keeps me from really loving Phil Collins. I don't know why. I think I'm a Peter Gabriel fan, so it's a Genesis thing.
Gotcha, yeah.
A Genesis thing, but no. But I see that. I see that as a great album.
And that album has lots of hits too. If we'd pull it up, we're not gonna do it now, but lots of great hits on that album.
Yeah. So you can go next. I only have one more actually, because you're going to do one of mine.
Well, Kurt Landry put Bryan Adams' "Reckless," REO Speedwagon in "Good Trouble," Pink Floyd.
What's
Momentary.
on Good Trouble?
Maybe "Time for Me to Fly." Maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I may say it wrong. I started in 1980 with
Yeah.
Van Halen, 5150, good album. Let's see, Def Leppard, he's a big Def Leppard fan. Pyromania, Hysteria.
See, I put Hysteria. Almost put Hysteria as one of my worst.
Oh.
But I had Pyromania. I almost had Pyromania as one of my favorites.
Those are both good albums.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
yes.
I like My Drummers with Two Arms.
Yes.
That's sad.
So that's Kurt. You got another one for us?
Yeah, actually, Leo, DeRocher, I know you're going to talk about his, but he just put one on my page. This is Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I'll go to my last one, and that's my sister-in-law, Jennifer Jester. She put Prince 1999, Prince Purple Rain, but she also put Prince, which I can't throw stones because I just put a 1990 song on my top 5 list,
Yeah, exactly.
which we both know Prince came out in 1979.
Uh-huh.
But Prince, of course, is a great album. So what you got?
Well, I'm looking at Leo DeRocher. Thanks again for following and listening. He put maybe 30 albums in here.
He's a super duper fan.
And I think he has 4 of mine in there. I see Beastie Boys. He has Bruce
Yep.
Springsteen. He has Guns N' Roses. He has U2. So he's all those. 1984 from Van Halen, 5150.
I'm not a big Van Halen fan, but that's the album that got me into them.
Yeah, and look, and Leo's a rock guy. Some of the rock ones he has, like Nine Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine.
That was 90s.
I think it might have been late 80s. Same thing with Nirvana Bleach.
Oh.
Nirvana Bleach was like 89.
Because Pretty Hate Machine I love, and I would have considered it.
Yeah, like Jane's Addiction he has there, Nothing Shocking.
Yes, I love Nothing
He has The
Shocking.
Cure, Soundgarden. So kind of he has early grunge when in the late
Yeah.
80s, that kind of stuff. So anyway,
Nothing Shocking is Jane's
Police.
Addiction's best album.
The Police, good stuff. He has a song from the Big Chair, Tears for Fears.
I almost had that one.
The Game by Queen. I almost put that as well.
Yeah.
That's like the first album I remember my
I didn't
parents
even
had
think
that
of
one.
Queen. I always think Queen 70s, and I never really think about the 80s.
Yeah, I like The Game by Queen. Duran Duran, good ones there. So yes, thank you,
Which
Leo.
Duran Duran did he have? Curious.
He had Rio.
Rio, yeah. You bought that for me last
Yep.
Christmas, and I bought Rio for my girlfriend last Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
So a lot of good stuff in the 80s. Thank you all for helping out with that.
Yeah, not sure what our topic will be next time, but I'm sure we won't be doing it till maybe after Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll do a short takes for Thanksgiving, just
Short takes.
like Thanksgiving sides or something.
I like it.
Yeah, so we'll do a short takes and try to get that out to you before Thanksgiving. So thank y'all for listening. We appreciate all of you, and please tell more people to listen to us because we know that it's useless information, but we're having fun.
Like and subscribe. Do you say that on these
Like and
things?
subscribe. Yeah, check out our website. It's right there on the screen right now. It's incomplete. I only had the first 3 podcasts on there, but check it out.
And tell Lance how he's wrong with his bottom list. That's terrible, man. Graceland.
Graceland.
David Bowie.
Graceland. All right, let's dance. We're out of here. Thank you.
That's it for this week. The top and bottom list by Lance and Andy. Full episodes here on Spotify. Thank you, like and subscribe. Please check out our website